Hi, this is Looking for Geeks, and I am a collector of My Little Ponies. I have lots of the toys and memorabilia. I was a child of the 80s, and I've got proof. Here's one of my school photos. I swear to you it's me. Anyway, so as a child of the 80s, I was introduced to My Little Pony from the get-go. My Little Pony was created in 1981 and was originally marketed as My Pretty Pony. But in 1982, the toy line got picked up by Hasbro and was reintroduced to the public as My Little Pony, which then became the powerhouse that it is today. I'm sure you've seen My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, or the Bob's Burgers episode that talks about a very interesting fictitious version of the fandom, and also gives him a My Little Pony tattoo partially on his bum. Anyway, so this is one of the ponies from my original collection from the 80s. This was the dancing ballerina child pony, like everybody was in the 80s, was a dancing ballerina child. And as you can see, the current normal size Gen 4 ponies are not that much smaller than the child-size ponies. So I found these reprint original pony vinyl blind boxes. I found mine at GameStop, but I'm sure they're all over the place. And it was a really lucky day for me. I may have screamed a few times in store, out of store, at the car, just a few times. And when I say that they're reprints, this is actually a 25th anniversary reprint of the original My Little Ponies and their size. And you can see these three here, but there were 6 original My Little Ponies. As you can see on the back there. And Applejack was not one of the original 6 now that I'm thinking about it. Applejack was one of the second line that came out that were in a separate position. All of the original ponies were these straight standing My Little Ponies, and these are reprints of them. You can see a lot of them on the back here. But Applejack kind of became like the flagship pony for the line and has been in every iteration of My Little Pony. The only other pony that has lasted that long is Minty. And this is a Gen 3 version of Minty that has made it into the toy line for Gen 4, but has not been introduced on the show, much to my chagrin, because Minty is my favorite My Little Pony. I even have this handmade 4th gen style My Little Pony that my husband had commissioned for me. And I love her every day. She sleeps on my bed. I'm an adult, I swear. But anywho, so this is Applejack from the current line. And you've also got My Little Pony McDonald's toys. And this is from a blind bag set. So I'm really into the blind boxes. But anyway, one of the other artifacts that I have on the table, this is actually a comb that came with my original Minty, which I have an entire box of My Little Ponies in our storage unit. I had over 70 the last time I counted, and that wasn't even when I stopped collecting ponies, so I probably have 300 or 400 My Little Ponies in my collection that span everything from Gen 1 to Gen 4. I have what I have the least of is Gen 3.5. I only have one of those, and I don't remember why I purchased her, but it was at the same trip that I picked up the 25th anniversary, which I love. So you've got Snuzzle here. Snuzzle is one of the rarest My Little Ponies that you can find. That's not a misprint. because she was really only produced in the original line of My Little Ponies. But anyway, so we're going to get on with the unboxing. So these are made by Action Vinyls. Action Vinyls does a lot of properties from the 1980s. They did a Thundercats line. They did a a video game line recently of, I'm blanking on the name, but that's okay. I'll think of it when I least expect it, but they do a lot of 1980s properties. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to pop it open. They also call themselves the Loyal Subjects, which I find really funny because I'm a wrestling fan, and there's this guy named Ross Tweedle who used to call his fans his loyal subjects. And I still kind of miss that and wish that he could still use that. But that's okay. That's okay. Because I guess I'm one of his wank pheasants now. Back to ponies. My Little Pony. So let's open this one. Oh, interesting. Okay. So they taped it. I ripped the tape first so it would be easier. And then they have this interesting amount of glue here. And I'm guessing that it's probably in some kind of a bag. So that even if the box gets... Oh, that was a horrible noise. I want Action Vinyl to know that your bags screech when they come out of the box. Oh, let's hope that the other 11 I have don't do that. Anyway. Oh, nice. That is the original My Little Pony font on there. And that's a nice touch. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got, oh wow, these are really, really heavy. This is Princess Sparkle. I do have to say, I'm kind of surprised to get her because she's not on the box. And she is from a line that came out in the late 80s before they started to work towards discontinuing the original line in 1993. I think it was 92 or 93. So she is a reprint on here. These are now called cutie marks, but they didn't used to have names. And on the original print of her, this was an actual button that had a jewel in it. And I have her in our box of My Little Ponies in storage. But these are kind of cool. It's got movable parts. This tail can wow. I don't think your tail should probably do that. But it's kind of nice to have the ability to move it. That's really flexible. And the legs are, wow, the legs have a lot of movement to them. They have a ball joint, a basic ball joint in here. So, front legs move. Head doesn't move, which is kind of funny because a lot of people's original My Little Ponies do, due to the fact that children in the 80s were kind of hoodlums and we would try to take everything apart or blow them up or take them apart and then blow them up. I never did that with My Little Ponies, but a lot of the heads move. And I also think it's really funny that you can kind of put her in the same position as this doll here, which has movable joints as well. Ah! Anyway, we'll put that away, and I'm going to go about my giant cube of My Little Ponies. Sundance. Wandering Monster. That's our cat, Georgie. Sundance was kind of a special pony because she wasn't purchasable by herself. You had to buy the stable that the one human character, and there was only one, well, and her brother later on, but nobody cares about that. She was an Earth pony, literally from Earth, and it came through this magical portal that involved a rainbow and adventures. And Sundance was actually a human pony who could only talk when she was in the pony realm. What? Hello? What is with this? I've gotten 2 of every single one of these. I have 2 left. If these are identical, which I think they are, I'm going to be a little disappointed at the variety. They do have a pretty high occurrence on some of these. Like, Sundance, there are 2 in every 12. So, I mean, I guess it's correct for what I got. I got 2. I got 12, and I got 2 of those. There are 2 Glory for every 12, which means that I've got that. I bet you these are both Applejack, because Applejack is 2 for every 12. And then Snuzzle's 1 out of every 24. Lickety Split, who had ice cream cones on her butt, is 1 out of every 96. So you would have to buy 5 boxes in order to get one of her. And Firefly. A gold Firefly. It says there's 1 out of the entire collection. If you get the golden ticket, if you get this golden Firefly, call me. Call me. Anyway, Gusty. 1 out of 48. Firefly, 2 out of 12. We got 2 Fireflies. Princess Sparkle, 2 out of 12. We got 2 of those. And Minty. So, these are either both Applejack or an Applejack and something rare. Ugh, but I have this feeling they're both Applejack. Are you enjoying the cat? His name is George. His name is Georgie. Either I'm a mathematical wizard or I have psychometry. You decide. Maybe it's a little both. I do like math. I have to say, this one won't open. What are the odds that I was right? I didn't get any of the rare ones. I got duplicates of all of the commons. And I knew it was in every single box. Except for the Princess Sparkle ones. They surprised me because they're actually not depicted very accurately on the cards. But, yeah. I'm actually a little disappointed I didn't get a Snuzzle. Because, like I said, Snuzzle is the rarest of the original My Little Ponies for whatever reason. There must have been less of Snuzzle made, but I have no proof of that. Because according to history, all of the original 6 characters were produced in the same exact amounts. There were some misprints, there were some miscolors, there were some that were released in other countries that are very unusual variants, but they were supposedly produced in the same exact amount per model. Flutter ponies were introduced in Gen 1, reintroduced in Gen 3, and there are rumors, thanks to the sea ponies, that they may be reintroduced in Gen 4. Never know. Sea ponies. I have 3 of the original 4 sea ponies that were produced. They are in shape. Let me tell you. Yes, they were made to be in water. Yes, they were waterproof. They were not childproof. Let me tell you, children of the 80s, we had some, I don't know, we were creative at destroying things, so they're kind of faded, their hair's kind of like, and, yeah. So a lot of them are not in very good, good condition. And mine are definitely not in good condition. Because I was like, yay, ponies I can actually bring in the bathtub without growing mold inside them. Because the original ponies were hollow. These are kind of nice because they're solid. I'm really, really shocked at how heavy these are. Like, compared to this from the 80s, which is a hollow body toy. And this is solid plastic with ball joints. It's so heavy. If I was a kid, I wouldn't carry this with me. But I'm an adult, so I'll probably carry them with me. Anyway, other facts about My Little Pony. My Little Pony 4 is awesome. If you haven't watched any of it, or the movies, or Equestria Girls, then you should just go do that. Netflix, go to Netflix right now and do that. Equestria Girls, I really enjoy, but it gets a little dumbed down as it goes on, but it's still enjoyable. The 3rd Equestria Girls movie, and the series, not terrible. Monster high quality, so not terrible. You don't want to bleed out your ear like Gen 3. Oh God, what a train wreck. They're well painted. I don't know if you can see that. Their eyes are almost spot on for the original My Little Ponies, I do have to say. Applejack's always had freckles. And I mean, it's weird because in these versions, you can't see them. And it's not just because of her mask. And artistic things, but blue eyes were not like a thing for her, even though a lot of the times on the boxes, even these, she has blue eyes. But the models all have green. So that's good. At least that's consistent. Firefly was the most popular Pegasus pony produced in the 80s, and I'm a little surprised that they didn't oh, I can't believe that just happened. Her wing fell off, but it's a ball joint, so it's just gonna pop right back on. Yep, there we go. Alright, I'm not gonna play with that anymore. So, aside from that, they're actually really well made, and you can see the other Firefly didn't have that issue, just that particular one. And Sundance, these bows are kind of cool because it looks like you can actually take them off. Oh, maybe not. It looks like you can. In the 80s, they had these peg attachments so that you could give them accessories. And that's exactly what that looks like. But, nope, that's not coming off. So that's actually good. Small things are choking hazards for children. And adults who like to put things in their mouth. Don't be that adult. Don't put things in your mouth that aren't supposed to go in your mouth. Wow, this is going to a weird place. So, anyway, if you want to send me some My Little Pony toys, let me know. I'll let you know how you can send them to me. Because I love the McDonald's ones. This was sent to me by a friend in Florida. Hi, you know who you are. I love you. Not just because of Pinkie Pie. I love you. And, yeah, if you have any minties especially, that I don't have, and I have a lot of minties, let me know. If you have any variant colors of her, there are 2 or 3 variant misprint colors of Minty that I would love to own. Other companies like Funko make sure that you get at least something that is semi-rare in an entire box. For this, doing the math, I would have to buy 5 cubes of 12 to get a lickety-split. I would have to buy at least 2 sets to get a Snuzzle, which means I would wind up with 4 of everything else, or 3 or 4. I would have to buy 4 sets to get a Gusty in order to complete my collection. And everything else was a common duplicate, which is a little disappointing. I should have gotten at least one of the rares in here. And then your golden ticket here, this Firefly, I just have to put this... There's one. Just one. Only one in the entire country, which I'm gonna say, if you get the golden Firefly, send me a message. I have a agenda I need to fulfill with you. Just kidding. But if you do get it, seriously, send me a message. I at least want to see a picture of it, because that's also something I've never seen in a blind bag, blind box, collectible situation. So, for the loyal subjects and vinyl action, or action vinyls, my bad, that is my one gripe with you right now. Other than that, they're really well made. They're heavy duty. They're almost a little too heavy. You might want to start incorporating some hollow components to your models, because right now these would be really good paperweights, honestly, on my desk, which is great for me, but for a kid, if I wanted to carry 2 or 3 of these around, it would be a little bit much for a small child. Which, I know, I'm a My Little Pony collector. I'm not your target audience. It's probably some kid who went into GameStop to get the, latest Tony Hawk game or something like that. Anywho, boring. Thanks. That was my My Little Pony unboxing.